Hey guys, I really wasn't expecting to go live today. It is a spontaneous Saturday afternoon, and I am going to take a bit of time out of doing my revision to get on with a bit of games development of my own project. So what I've decided to do is, whoa, okay, I'm going to need to rename that stream. Let's go for a Saturday afternoon dev. Why not? Grab a cup of coffee, whatever, sit down. Let's just make some progress. So we'll change that up. So Discord server's there in the description. We also have a Patreon now. So I'm going to grab the link for that and put that down below. But I'm pretty sure it's patreon.com/totallyunreal. So if you like what's going on here, head on over to the Patreon, support it, check out the rewards. And hope you find something there. And I hope you find that this is worth investing your time. No, not my time, your money. Investing yourself into. Anyway, enough about that. That's all the boring stuff. So what am I working on? So I made a video. I'm going to change this music up here. This is not what I want. I made a video a while back about how to become a games developer, and in it I covered one of the earlier games that I made. It was a top-down zombie thing. So waves of zombies, Call of Duty Waves of Zombies. I don't know. Yeah, the video's somewhere. You can go find that. But I wanted to recreate that idea of being locked in an arena and waves of increasingly more zombies come at you and there's bosses and stuff. So I put together this little thing. So it's using the zombie system that I was developing earlier. I just made a new level, dropped in the components of the zombie system, and it's playable. So what I've done is, because I made that modular, I can make whatever maps I want now. Drop these 2 or 3 basic components in, and it will make whatever the level is into a zombies game. And we're using some of the assets, so like there's the Infinity Blade pack. We're using that for the gun thing there. We'll be adding sound to it in a minute. But the idea is that those zombies that we've played with earlier will come at me and spawn from around the room. I'll finish this wave off and we'll have a look. So there was one wave of them. And we'll take a look at what else we could do with this. So I'm hoping to develop this out a bit. I really want to make some turrets that we can drop in, and they'll automatically pick the nearest zombie and shoot them. So like drops off the enemies, some little pickups. So there, she's a bit faster now. But around the room they spawn using their little teleporter shield thingies, and then they start coming towards you. And I suppose you're trapped in. You gotta keep checking your back. I made the spawners all around the room so that you can't really just put your back to something and shoot them. You're going to have to keep moving and trying to dodge them. I need to increase the spawner time limit too, because at the minute they seem to spawn a bit too spread out. I'd like them to be more and more and more of them. And also the amount of infected spawning is broken. It's imbalanced. I mean, 25 zombies on round 3 it's okay, but I think it needs to scale a bit slower. I mean, okay, so take that for example. It was 24 on round 3. If I can make it to round 5, I think it gets to something like 145. So somewhere my math on how to increment the amount of zombies is off. So I need to find wherever that bit of code is and fix that. But we'll just play through this a little bit here. I really love this particle effect on the gun. I think it's awesome. I think it's really cool. I'm gonna have to look through the Infinity asset pack. So that's free on the Epic Games launcher. The Infinity Blade GT assets, really, really cool particles in there, absolutely incredible. I think the skybox is from there too. So we had 24 zombies on round 3, and we had 40 on round 4. That's quite a bit of a jump. I mean, you're allowed 35 zombies on a map at a time. I might increase that value as well, but let's just try and let all 35 spawn now, and just string them up behind me, because I feel like the only reason I limit it to 35 AI per map is because I don't want that to be a performance hit. But I feel like since there's such, in this arena type thing, there's such little going on that really I could probably support 40. Can you make the AI strafe around you, flanking you? I really need to try and figure that out. In fact, that's what I tried to emulate that kind of behavior by having them spawn all around you, but it does. I know what you're trying to say with having them strafe. In the same way that I can strafe to get away, they need to sort of be going to where I'm going, if that makes sense. So they need to be a bit smarter in how they chase me. But I'll probably have a play with that. I'm sure we could probably make some kind of system that puts that in. But yeah, I feel like it's a pretty fun little arcade type game. You shoot the zombies. I wanted to put it so that every 5 rounds. There's a boss round, so I'll have some big thing come in and you've got to defeat that, and it'll have abilities. I also wanted to make the boss rounds introduce level mechanics on the ground. So you might have a patch of fire that moves in a circle on the ground and you can't stand in the fire, otherwise you'll take damage. I need to implement a health bar interface, but that's really where I'm going with this. So I'm gonna stop playing because it's fun and I love playtesting, but I'm gonna stop playing and carry on developing this. Six people, welcome. Yeah, sheep herding. Yeah, I suppose it is. It is sheep herding. Let me find where I put my first person character. Here we are. So I just got this sound effect. I just stole something off YouTube real quick because I need a sound effect to test it out. I can make one and put it in if I was to release this, but for the sake of playtesting, I wanted a sound effect. I had a friend of mine play it earlier, and she said that because I had no animation and no particle effect on the gun, she was saying that it needed something more than the line traces to make it feel right. And I totally agreed. So I suppose I'm asking people to playtest this that don't really understand what's going on behind the scenes of a game, and they need to see that front stuff. Sound, what we're doing, media sound. It can be attached to this, and you are going to play this guy. Okay, media sound's not what I wanted. I wonder if I could, yeah, I could just drag this in here. And then in this shotgun sound. And I just want to play that. And then, yeah, I really should tidy. I'm going to take a minute here to just tidy this up because otherwise I'm going to end up with I'm just going to end up spaghetti coding this. So what I might actually do is have a custom event called visuals, and visuals will do all of this. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. We'll disconnect that node and that node. And this is all just visuals, so activating components like that. So we'll do visuals, and that allows me to just sort of bunch this code up a bit more, because that's what this one bit of code is doing. So this is following the solid principle that each block of code, so method, or in this case execution pins following off one custom event, should only do one thing. So when I fire, this should only do the fire. This should actually all be on another event, but this should certainly be on another event, these visuals, because I can just say when you fire, do the visuals, and then do the line trace, and that means that this bit of code down here is nice and tidy. A cam shake. Yeah, camera shake, and something to say that I'm taking damage, certainly. I'm just going to do that in the form of a health bar for now, because, yeah, I need to do some work on the UI anyway. But that should do that for now. So let's see whether we get some sound coming out of this. Oh dear, I can hear that. It's not pretty, but it'll do. It kind of tells me I'm firing a gun. This play component, what it seems to do is play it from the beginning again, and I need it to like play another instance of it. Instance, no. Trigger or fire or play. I suppose play is the only. Yeah. I'll leave it at play for no, I don't want to do that twice. I'll leave it at play for now. I can always come back and find which node it is I'm actually after here later on. But it's good for prototyping. Okay. So move around, let's see what we got going on. We've got the sound in there. The spawners. Eventually, I'd quite like to have an animation of them spawning out here and jumping over the wall. So you don't see them spawn, you just see this thing leap over the wall and then start moving towards you. Randomize the sound in the queue. Hey Paul, welcome. Yeah, I can randomize the sound. I'll definitely have to get more than one shotgun sound effect for the final version of this. But this is what I'm hoping to develop over summer. So this is a very basic first draft of what I'm doing here. But I'm hoping to make myself a game over summer and put that out on the Steam store by the end of summer. So that's my main summer project that's coming up. So we're just prototyping here. But yeah, I mean, this was using it started as me trying to use the Paragon asset pack as well. Play sound at location. I will try that, thank you. But yeah, the Paragon assets, so like these statues and the arena stuff, I just dropped these in. These are free to use, and you can make some pretty cool stuff using stuff that's already there. It's awesome. Let me jump back in my first person, wherever they've gone. Whoops. Let's see. First person character. Okay. Play sound at location. Let's try that then. Play sound. Okay, spawn sound attached. Oh, we'll just right click without selecting that. So play sound at location. Okay, and that wants to. Okay, yeah, we can try it this way. This should work. Oh, this will probably work. I'm trusting in you. I believe you. The location. Well, I'll just plug in and get out to location. Yeah, that'll do for that. Play it where I am. Because if you think about the way sound works, right? If I fire a shotgun, those sound waves spawn at that location and move outwards from there. So, to be playing a sound on a character that's moving around, if I fire a shotgun, the sound of where the shotgun was fired doesn't move with me as I move. Realistically, the sound is at a location and moves out from there. So yeah, play sound at location. I'm pretty sure this is... But it should also... It does, fantastic. It allows me to add to what's already existing. So I'm playing a sound... Let me try and explain what's going on with this node. That's really cool. I'm glad you pointed that out. I play a sound at a location where I am, and the sound spawns there. But if I move forward and spawn another one there, it adds to the sound that is already existing from the first shotgun, if that makes sense. I'm just going to put a bit of a blocker on when the gun can fire again, because I feel like you can spawn it, you can fire too often if that makes sense. So can fire. So I'm gonna have a timer. I've forgotten how to do timers. Set timer by event. Custom event. Can fire again. So when can fire again, let's plug this event into here. And can fire will simply set that to true, and you will come into a branch based on can fire, and only if it's true will you be able to fire. Let me compile that and make this default to true. If you add it for the shotgun, use play sound attached instead, or else the sound will linger behind you when you move forward. Yeah, the sound would. I suppose for longer sound effects, you're right, it probably should be attached. So I think in the case of a shotgun though, it's okay for that sound to linger behind me, as long as the, what do you call it? Like the radius in which you can hear it, as long as that's loud enough and accurately loud. I could spawn it at the location and it would be more realistic than being attached and following with me. Even though as the player, I'm trying to think of this in two different perspectives here. I think I'm thinking of it in a real world perspective, and I probably should be thinking of it from a gameplay perspective. But yeah, obviously there's a lot of ways that we could accomplish a result here. Okay, so we're gonna set campfire to true on this thing, which if we fire, we're gonna do that, and then again, I'm making more spaghetti code now, but whatever. I'm just trying to make this a bit better. So what this is going to do is, sorry, let me just tidy up here. This is taking my attention. Okay, so what this is doing is saying, okay, so we'll be able to fire again after 0.3 seconds. And then we can fire again, because we're going to set that to false as soon as we come in here. And then we want to start the timer off, and then we want to go off and do the visuals, then do the line trace, and off you go. So a bit of pre-firing setup going on there. The firing itself going off. 0.5. Yeah, 0.3 is cool. Okay, compile that. So I can't fire it anywhere near as fast now. But that means I'm also going to do one thing. Because I'm now thinking it's a shotgun instead of a pistol, we are going to up that damage to be... I want it to kill them in one. I also... Okay, so one of the system that I really want to build is... You know how when you shoot an enemy with a line trace, then you can apply damage to it? Well, I want to spawn another line trace on the other side of that enemy so that it carries on. You know, so the bullet will do 50 damage to the first target, line trace from where it hit, and do half of the initial damage again to the next target, and that could propagate all the way through until the damage would be 0 or less than, at which point 100%. You can make it jump twice. So yeah, that's something that I need to think about. In the meantime, I'm going to up this to 100. So it's going to be an instant kill on the gun now. But I'm also going to change the way the spawners work so that they spawn a lot faster. This delay here. Spawn zombie. What's calling? Where is spawn zombie? Oh, that's called from the zombie manager. Whoops. Sorry, let's put that over here. So I'm gonna have a look in the zombie manager code, because this is where so spawn a zombie happens every second. Here we go. If I just change this timer to 0.2, then hopefully they spawn a lot faster as well. So let's give that a play and see what's going on here now. Okay, so, yo, alright, okay, that's a bit crazier. Wow, that changes the entire field. Oh, infected remaining -2. They're spawning too fast, so that's something to remember is, you need to move the second line trace behind the one who got hit. Wayne, yes, I could do that. Or I could, on the line trace, let me just show you something real quick. Where's my first person character? My line trace. There's this thing that you can, these actors to ignore. So you could make an array here and say, so if I'm spawning a line trace from where I'm hit, right, it's going to be, if a bullet comes at me, I'm going to be hit on the front. And if I spawn a line trace here and try carry on that way, the first thing I'm going to hit will still be my front. But using this make array over here, you could just plug a self into this and ignore those actors. So I'll probably use that. It seems like a pretty easy way to do it. I just need to get the start and the end point figured out again, but I can figure that out. Okay, so those 0.2s were spawning too fast. So what did that do? That flowed in and would spawn a zombie. But it was coming through too fast before zombies spawn and zombies per round could be... because where are they edited? I feel like because I have them on 2 different timers, it can accidentally spawn too many zombies. And if it does, I need a way to not have that. I need it to just not do that, because that's just not right. And also, while I'm in here, I need to find the math that total remaining zombies goes down there after zombies in world. As the zombies in world, yeah, that makes sense, I suppose. Use the hit location and store the value of the forward vector used for the first line trace. That's fantastic, yeah. I'm just sorry. I don't think I'll do that right now. Or shall I? Fuck it, yeah, let's do that now. That's interesting. Let's work on that. This spawning bug can be fixed later. Let's make the double line trace thingy. So it's gonna since all the zombies are a basic zombie or variant thereof, when they take damage, that action should spawn the line trace. So in here, in take damage, No, they should have another one. I could call take damage and then continue shot and have a... Yeah, I've got this. So, basic zombie has a custom event in here called continue the bullet, or what do you call that? Penetration, or bullet penetration, or I'm trying to think of a word to describe this. What's the correct word for when a bullet goes through someone and continues moving? Is there a word for that in the English language? What's the word for when a bullet goes through someone and continues? That's worth Googling. Through and through. Through and through. Okay. Well, gee, that makes sense. We'll just call this through and through then. Through and through. Leading. I'll call it leading. I like that better. Okay. So, we're going to move this out and put that somewhere else. A multi-line trace instead. I have not worked with multi-line traces. Multi-line... Whoa. Multi-line trace by channel. No. What does this do? Is this doing exactly what I'm trying to implement? So, multi-line trace by channel. Can I just plug you into here? And I've got an idea for this. So let me see. So that was the end, and that's the start. I'll put this down here, just because I might want to switch back to that. Gustavo, hey, welcome, hey. So the hit result here, you would do a for each loop. So for every object that's been hit, then you're going to go ahead and do that stuff. But yeah, let me draw a debug for duration and just see how that works. Because I think that might actually implement everything I was just trying to implement. But why don't you hit that? I'm going to wait for some zombies to spawn and then we'll line a couple up. Yes, I am. I'm working on a little project of mine. Line a couple of these guys up. No, multi-line trace didn't do what I thought it was going to do. Is it because is there something I'm missing over here? Trace color, no. I'm going to just put a print string in here. If I can spell print string. And out of that I'm going to plug in the hit actor. Because I would assume that it will hit more than one thing. Oh, that's the way I want it to work. I want to get multiple things back, so it should print. Damn it. It should print multiple things. So it hits the curved there. Maybe I can hit two objects. No, because those don't have collision. Okay, I'm going to wait till some zombies spawn. Again, here we go. We'll line a couple of these guys up. I also want a sprint function in the game. That needs to be a thing. Okay, so what can I? No, it only hit the one. It should say all the other zombies that it hits. That's how it's supposed to work? What, it just does the one line? Then what's the difference between a multi-line trace by channel and a line trace by channel? If I'm only going to get one actor back. Up to and including the first blocking hit. Finds objects that respond with the trace channel. Ah, okay. These things are blocking the wrong channel. So everything needs to accept traces and not block. I'm gonna switch back to my normal one, and I'm gonna have a go at implementing this trace leading system the way that I think I would implement it. I don't disbelieve that multi-line trace by channel is what would work, but I also want the coding challenge of trying to code my own multi-line trace by channel. So you get the forward vector. You would have to get the forward vector, multiply it by half of that. Yeah, multiply it by half of that. That could be stored in. So when we do, we're going to jump back in here, and it's going to have a. How are we going to do this? You go into the. Oh yeah, okay, I've got this. That is going to be the end location minus the start location. So just call it preempt or unfinished ending. We'll just call it end. We'll put end in there, and end is going to be added to. So we're going to get the whoa, no. How do I do this? Get the world location is the start. So my hit location is going to be my start. So I can also pass in the start through here. End and start. So back in the first person character, yeah, we'll pass an end through and a start. Yeah, okay, I've got this. So I want to multiply. Oh, no, it was a plus. I want to add two vectors together, the start and the end, and that gives me the end, and the start will just go into there. Okay, let me just turn that on, and act as to ignore because it's a basic zombie. Oh, ignore self there anyway. Yeah. Let me see here. So take damage, and then as a zombie, you also want you to do leading, which is going to take a start and an end. And the location of the hit result is the start, and the forward vector multiplied by 1,000 is the end, I think. So let's see what that does. I keep pressing that fucking button. Okay, so I'm seeing one line trace, and wait a minute. Let me just double check some code here, because the start that I'm passing in. Oh yeah, the location, the hit location is the start, and then the end. Oh, I've not hit a zombie yet. This only works on basic zombies. That shouldn't be the case, should it? It should be on anything, because if I hit certain walls, I want it to go through them as well. Oh, Jesus Christ, this bullet penetration thing goes deep, doesn't it? Wow, let's have a think. So look at the comments over here, sorry. Paul, yeah, multi-line trace by object. Okay, instead of by channel. Oh, gee, of course. Think about it. We're tracing for objects. I don't want to trace for block channels and this. So a multi-line trace by object. Or for objects. Excuse me. So let's have our end position here, our start position here. Let's take a look at what we can do with this. So out hits, again, let's bang it into a for each loop. We won't need to do leading anymore. That can go away. The hit result like that, and then like that. So cast it to a zombie, take damage if not, and every single time it's going to deactivate them. No, only on completed. So that doesn't want to be a sequence anymore. So you check all of them if they're a zombie, then you take the damage off them, and then when you finish that, then you turn off the thing over here. Okay. Debug type. Let's do for duration again. So, act is to ignore none. Oh, hold on. What we got in here? Object types. Okay. Let's make an array. And we're looking for pawns because I'm pretty sure they're of type pawn. Let's see. Okay, so I could add another type, you know, destructible projectile. I could add penetrable as a type, and then if I made my walls of type penetrable for thin ones and then not of type penetrable for thick ones, then if it hit something of type penetrable or of pawn or of vehicle, then it could pass through those things and continue tracing. So I think I'm getting the hang of how that works. So let's leave that there as pawn for now. We'll let these zombies spawn and see what goes on. Let's see if it works. Okay, where you at? Behind me, of course. So I should be able to... Oh, look at that! We take them both out. Oh, goodbye. So you can line up your shots now, take down those guys. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, can we get 4? We got 3. Okay. Firstly, how to make it stop after 2, because I bet I could herd these sheep and then take them all out really easily like this. So we need to make that stop after 2 hits. So let's see. Wait a minute, I've totally forgotten where I was working. I was working here. Hit of type pawn, loot body. So if there's 8 of them lined up, then you only want... Okay, so you need some counter. So this is how you would have a... Yes, bingo, Wayne, you're on the same train of thought as I am. It's funny your surname's Trainer, I'm on train of thought. So we're gonna have an integer of jumps, or penetration jumps. So if we implement different weapon types, so for example, if we implement a sniper rifle, then we could change penetration jumps to be something like 30. Like, let's say this sniper rifle can go through 30 people, and if I'm using a pistol, I might set my penetration jumps to be 0, so it just, or 1 rather, so it just does the first thing hit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this, and I'm gonna increment it. So no, penetration jumps. I need to do something called jumps in here now. This is how this is. Array index. Yeah, why am I trying to... Array index less than penetration jumps. So the array index, if the last index is less than penetration jumps, then you can go well, no, hold on. So on my first element, I need to get the element I'm checking. So oh, you said array index, so I don't know why I'm getting the array index from out there. If the array index is less than penetration jumps, then we'll hit a branch, and that'll tell us whether we can go through or not. Yeah, sorry, I was looking at totally the wrong thing there, but thank you. That works. So we should be able to have fewer penetrations with our shotgun. I believe that value set to 0. I have a feeling we have that value set to 0 at the moment. So let's stop that and change penetration jumps to be 2. We need to change this music up a bit. Let's go for some... Do you know, I've really been enjoying my dubstep recently, and I don't think I never thought I'd say that again. After my 16-year-old raves in my bedroom listening to dubstep, you know, I never thought I'd ever come back and say, you know, I actually quite enjoy dubstep. But here we are, 23, sat in a different bedroom, raving to dubstep. Okay, so let's test out these jumps. Let's test out this penetration system. Penetration. Okay. No, we didn't quite... We seem to be hitting other actors in the way. Because I can see the other trace going off, but it collides with another object. Ignore self. Wait, this is never used anymore, so I don't know why I'm looking here. Multi-line trace objects, ignore self. I'm gonna... I just don't know if I'm happy that this is... Oh no, because I would need to... Okay, so if I get through and it's not a basic zombie, then this is going to go up. Which is why, actually, I should count my own jumps and not use the array index. Okay, so let me explain this. If I hit a pawn, or something of type pawn, right? So let's say I hit the capsule. That is my first index hit. And then my second one would cast from there, and it would hit the skeletal mesh. And that also has collision, so it would trigger on that as well. And it would go through, and if it was two-sided, it would hit the other side of the skeletal mesh. Whoa, I don't know what I'm doing over here. But I think that's what's going on. So instead of having the array index here be what we count it off, we need our own variable to count it off each individual basic zombie hit as a whole. So we'll put a jump. Oh. No, I didn't leave it blank. What are you doing? Oh, thankfully a friend of mine has kindly offered to donate me some RAM. So I can take the system back up to 16 gig from the measly 12 gig. But I don't know if that's my problem. Something's my problem. I need a new computer. This one's getting old. Let's see. So what was I doing? Jump_0. Let me rename that to jumps. Now, before we forget, jumps will have to be set to 0 before we do the trace, because we've not made any jumps yet. So let's not forget to reset that value. And we're going to cast to the basic zombie. And if we successfully cast to the basic zombie, then we are going to increment that. Increment in, and we'll get jumps. We'll plug jumps into there. So jumps is going to go up because we did hit a zombie. And so if jumps is less than penetration jumps, then we can go into there. That makes sense. So we should now be able to hit 2 zombies. That should work. Hopefully. We'll see. Again! Okay, I really need to take a moment here to just separate these out, because that really annoys me. These should not be on the same tab as this guy, because I want to throw these around across my different screens and stuff. I just... let me close something over here. And put this one over here. Sorry, I'm trying to manage screen space. Let's see. So yeah, let's jump in. Let's test this. I see my revision books staring at me, begging me to come and learn about concurrency, but let's be honest, this is so much more fun. So, no, it didn't do it. It did the same thing. Of course, because even though we cast to basic zombie, we're still hitting that basic zombie. So we need to think of a way. First of all, let's go to the basic zombies and let's change the collision types. So you're a collision preset of pawn, but let's change that to be custom. Let's collision responses. What are you doing here? Oh, okay, so I need to undo that. I broke it. No. Okay, pawn was like that, and then you go to no. Okay, so I want pawn, and I want custom, and I want it to a visibility trace. Yeah, block the camera, but a visibility trace should overlap. Block. I'm not sure. No, I don't want it to block visibility traces, but I'm not doing a line trace by visibility, by channel. So channel won't help me there. See this, so it should, okay. Start the second trace position further away. Now that's the thing, I'm not actually doing a second trace position with this method. I'm using the multi-line trace by objects. Instead of actually spawning the next bullet on the other side. So it's continuing from the moment it hits. I tell you what, let's debug it. Let's debug it. Before we start trying to fix the problem, let's understand the problem. So let me put you back to being a pawn, to how things were, and leave that as it is. Let's jump back into this multi-line trace for objects, and we're going to debug this. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to move this guy away because it's getting in the way of my super big firing thing. And I'm going to do print string. And I want to print out, when we cast to the basic zombie, I want to print out the component name. Okay, I want to know what it is about this thing that's getting through here. That's really, really ugly, but whatever. It's fine. It's debug code. Come on. Why does my system take so long to compile? Right, okay. I really need to turn this timer down from 10 seconds because we always spend 10 seconds wasting time trying to be able to shoot the zombies, so I'll strip that right down in a second. We'll spawn a couple of these, line them up in. So we had the collision cylinder and then we had the skeletal mesh. Okay, so you see that up there on the text? We're hitting the collision cylinder and then we're hitting the skeletal mesh. Which is why that's only our 2 jumps. So here's one question. What if you, instead of actually trying to fix the problem, you just kind of fix it in another way? Oh, wait a minute. What am I trying to do here? I'm trying to do that in the wrong place. We're going to cut that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply jumps by 2. So let's go through 4 jumps now. Just because as a programmer, I know what's going on in the background is that it's hitting these other things. But I like to try and develop my systems modularly so that you can sort of just drop them in and make a game work. So jumps, you would know that jumps is a way to increase the amount of penetrations through. So if I set jumps to 2, but as a programmer on the back end, I know that it needs to be doubled to get through all the components and whatnot, then you can set 2 on the front end, and this little math node here will make it do all the magic on the back end. Anyway, Hex Studios team, hey, welcome. A Studios development team, how interesting. Are you working on anything cool at the moment? What brings you here? I'm intrigued. So we hit the... Whoa, okay. Now I'm only hitting the collision cylinder. Now I'm only hitting... So jumps multiplied by 2 is less than... Whoa. No. I did the wrong one. It needs to be penetration jumps multiplied by 2. The total number that I'm going to allow through it. Because that was being 0 multiplied by 2. That was dumb of me. Oh well. You live and you learn. Let's go again. Again, the break time. So, zombie manager, where you at? Let me get rid of the break time. Break timer. 1 second. Break time's over. Hooray! That's much better. So, I'll let them come away from the walls a bit. So I hit, let me read that again. I hit his mesh, and then his cylinder. If you hit them in certain places, I bet you could get it to penetrate with that, but... Huh. You're focused on getting ready for college. Awesome. What are you going to go study at college, dude? Let me jump back into... Where was I working? First person character. I'm going to multiply you by 3. This isn't going to work. It will eventually. It would eventually be enough to get through. Do you know, I'm just going to experiment with something in here. We'll make it 10 jumps so it can go through 10 jumps now. And then we'll sort of figure out the bounds of what's going on. I also want my print string to not be for a duration. Well, I want it to be a lot longer. Just put something stupid on there. And I want to pause it and have a read of what's actually being hit. Computer sciences and a minor in business. Okay, that's pretty interesting. I'm at university myself studying a software engineering course. I don't really think we touch much on the business side. Ethics of business is all we really do, but a business module would be pretty cool to go with it. So, I want to do the pause function. So we hit skeletal mesh Jill, then we hit a skeletal mesh again, Then we hit her collision. No, wait. Bottom one is... Okay. We hit Jill, then her collision, then Jill, then... That's what? How many traces there for... How strange. Okay, so... This multi-line trace by objects works, but I have to change the collision settings. And I'm not very good with that. I'm better at programming, so I might just program my way around it and spawn another line trace on the back. Because I don't think I really want to have to work out collisions. Let me get rid of that. Thank you for explaining what's going on. Penetration jumps can stay there. Can it? Yeah, it can. I guess we're going to have to fix the collision. Let's just do it properly. Let's just fix the collision on the basic zombie, because we might learn a thing or two while we do this. So, my skeletal mesh, my capsule component is going to collide like a pawn. I suppose, firstly, that mesh is doing absolutely nothing, so you have to have it though. Okay. I should really have just put that in there. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. That's annoying me. Let's tidy up in here a bit. Oh, goodness sake, this is going to be harder than I thought. Let's put you on the ground. So this skeletal mesh one is going to be deleted, and it's going to cause havoc in here. And I have to go through now and fix all of this up. So, we're going to get that. And, wait a minute, what? Maybe that wasn't connected to anything. Anyway, let's see where else is broken. You now want a reference to mesh. As do you. And you're going to want a reference to mesh. Like that. Compile that. We got any more errors? One more. There you are. Make your own collision. Set the skeletal mesh to not pawn. It should work. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to do that. I'm just sorry. I get sidetracked because I'll move and switch this up. And anyway, I should have deleted the other one. I should have checked some things on it first. But we'll give you that for now. And we'll also change your collision to have no collision. But we have pawn collision on this thing around you anyway, so that's okay. In fact, to make this game a little bit easier, we're actually going to shrink that capsule radius a bit to fit to her body a bit better. And I'm just going to move her back a little bit in relation to the capsule component. There we go. Okay, so what happens now when on first person character we have jumps and penetration jumps is set to 2? So let's see what happens now. Let's try that again. Oh, look at that. It goes through 2 of them. Almost every time. Every time. One there. One there. One there. Let's try and line up more than 2 of them. And we only got 2 there. Okay. Hey.
Yo, man.
Yeah. I'm in the middle of a live stream. But oh, you're rushing off. Is that what it is?
A little bit.
Oh, sorry, bud. I didn't realise. Sorry. Thank you. I appreciate it. Cheers, dude. I'll see you soon. RAM upgrades. Delivered. Thanks, man. Okay, so. That was crazy. It was just so bizarre. I was not expecting that. Here we go. I just dropped that. Yeah. What we got here? 4 gigs. 4 gigs. 4 gigs. Okay. 4, 8, 12. What can I do else? Put But yeah, okay, I've got a plan. I'll sort that out later. Sorry, that was bizarre. That was bizarre. Anyway, because that's the thing that happens. I look like the guy from Step Brothers, not Will Ferrell. Thank you. If you can find that actor's name, then we'll just put a picture of him up in the stream instead of me. Okay. Let's see. That's totally thrown me off. As if RAM just got delivered to my room. And you must have seen me going like this, like, no, don't come in. Alright, oh man, I'm really thrown off here. Zombie Manager, no. First person character. Jumps was set to 0 and penetration jumps was set to +2, or 2 rather. Let's go ahead, and it seemed to work, didn't it? Yeah, the system was working. The system was working, so. We can shoot through 2 of them at once now. If we get them up, lined up. Like a bang. Bang, get those 2. There's at least 3 lined up there, but it only hits 2 of them. There we go, just changes the collision. And I think having that other mesh on there as well probably didn't help. So it's really bugging me, the bug in the Zombie Manager that's spawning them too fast. I love this 0.2, but I think I'm gonna increase it a little bit just so that I don't have to fix the rest of the system in how many it spawns. So pop you off, and you, and you, and you. It's still spawned too many, so let's make it 0.4. I imagine there's some. Instead of calling the event close gate, because we might have some. Am I going to upload my tutorial after the stream? Are you Bob Ross? I don't. I have so many people that call me Bob Ross. I'm not Bob Ross. Okay. I don't know. How's this? Is this Bob Ross enough for you? Am I going to upload this? Yes, this video will be available to watch after the live stream. Of course it will. I upload all of them. Okay, so spawn a zombie and close gate. I was just thinking, what we have here seems to be an issue of context switching. So it's executing the thread that's going to close the gate, but then it switches to execute the timer that's going to spawn another zombie. I need it to close the gate fast. So this is basically a critical section. My exam is on... My exam on Monday is on semaphores, locks, critical sections, and operating systems and all that good shit. And this is a critical section, and I don't know how to handle it, so I don't know how I'm going to do my exam. I want to do something asynchronously. I don't know what that's doing. I want to do something asynchronously. I need it to do it. I need it to... No, not asynchronously. I need some kind of locking mechanism. We need some kind of locking mechanism. So let's implement our own lock within Unreal Engine. Let's call this lock. Or locked. That might help me understand this a bit better. Let's name it locked. Okay, so basically what I'm doing now is I'm revising while I'm making video games. So, flip-flop. Looks like Doom so far. Looks right. Yeah, I felt the Doom vibe in there. So locked will be set to true, and then we'll go through this other. No wait. If you get through, then your thread will set locked to false. But no, because other threads can. But there should only be one thread going in. Get a branch. Basically, this here needs to happen as one, otherwise you'll have multiple things taking the lock. But I'm not... What do you have for locks and semaphores and things on Unreal Engine? Synchronized. I'm gonna have a quick Google of Unreal Engine concurrency. Let's explore that together. Unreal Engine concurrency. Not in audio. Not in threads. I want you to... Let's see if this comes up with anything. Where are the locks or a semaphore? This is basically what I'm asking. Windows critical section .h or F2. Nope. 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 Okay. It's there, but I'm not going into C++ right now. Let's just cheese it and not build a lock. Let's not revise, basically. Let's just up the timer so that we reduce the chances of it going over. Make that 0.6. If zombies spawned is more than the zombies per round, or they're not equal to. But spawn a zombie might increment that afterwards, so close gate, and close gate should just close the gate. Why didn't I stop the timer? I should stop the timer and then call close gate. That's what we're going to do. So the most important thing is that we stop calling it, and then we'll close the gate just for the sake of closing the gate. That doesn't make any sense. I could just clear and invalidate the timer, not have a clear gate function, and you wouldn't even need to open the gate either. You could just have that go and do that. Huh. Well, it looks like we just made that a whole lot more efficient. That was an accident. Don't you just love it when you accidentally make things efficient? Okay. Let's give it a go. And the looping time here is 0.6, but the idea was that I could set that to 0.1 now, and this system would still handle it. That's what we were trying to fix there with that more effective jazz. You don't need to close the gate anymore, kid. Calm down. It's okay. $14 of you watching live. I think that's a record. Hooray! I have 14 people watching. Okay. So, what is it that was going on? Oh yeah, we had too many zombies spawning. So there's supposed to be 3 remaining, and there's clearly more than 3. So it still didn't work. So it's spawning these timers, okay. So they're going through here and it's saying zombie spawn. Because it takes... Because spawn a zombie... should not increment... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So how does it... Let me take this back a step, right? Okay. So I'm where was the thing we were just working? Here. Zombies spawned, right? Zombies per round is fixed. Why are they all falling through the floor instead of ragdolling? That is a very terrible animation that I actually made. And their falling through the floor was supposed to be some kind of spooky, kind of melting away thing. But instead my animation skills really let me down. So that is why they fall through the floor. Okay, so we this spawn timer thing. So start spawn timer. Blah, 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 blah. And what do? You do spawn a zombie. Spawn a zombie checks that zombies in world is less than max zombies on level. That's cool. Then it picks as a spawner and makes it spawn a zombie. But nowhere does it... Nowhere do we increment this thing. In fact, we do. I reckon we actually do it in here. Something tells me that I've been really stupid and put it in here. So when they not attack, they get the... I'm trying to figure out where that zombies thing increments. Portal effect on the floor, and it looks like they get sucked into it. That is really, really cool. That is really cool. Thank you. We are doing that. We are doing that. We're going to fix this and then we're making a portal, because that fixes all of my problems with my shit animations. When you kill them, they get sucked back into hell or some backstory like that. Yes, I like it. Okay, so let's jump back in and look at here. It's going to be Zombies in World gets plus tier when you do this new zombie. Now, where the hell calls new zombie? Basic zombie spawning. Do you call... You set zombies spawn to ++ in here. What's the point in doing that? We're not doing that. The zombie manager is also... Wait, zombies spawned goes up, and we tell it to do new zombie, which puts up the zombie in world. I'm really confused by my own code. Oh, I've written spaghetti code that doesn't make any sense, and I have no understanding of it. Shit. I don't know why I do that. Right, let me close out what I'm not working in. I mean, even the spawn is... Why? Why am I using 3 different classes to increment one variable? Show me the zombie manager. Right. We start around. We do this, and then we do this spawn a zombie thing. Now, that's cool. This can be an event. And if there's not too many already, then spawn a zombie. Call that and spawn a zombie. But here is where zombies spawned should get incremented. And here only. Because at this point, we are spawning a zombie. Or rather, here. Because... oh, I've done that wrong. Zombie spawn. Let me just get this thing and then I'll explain why. Increment int. We should do it here. Because when you go inside spawn a zombie, which is going to go through all of this basic shit called spawn setup, which is then going to pass through a reference to the zombie manager, to then increment zombie spawn. No wonder we have a race condition. That is so far away. I don't want to do that. That's so dumb. I mean, this new zombie function in here as well. What does this do? This increments zombies in world. Well, no, because if we're spawning it, let's just accept that there's a zombie in the world anyway. I don't need to do that here. Zombies in world is going to get incremented over here as well. And I don't know why I have zombies in world and zombies spawned. I mean, that they are the exact same thing. Hello from Primark. Hello, Georgina Bennett. I hope you're enjoying watching a live stream while you're in Primark. Pretty weird place to watch someone develop video games from, but each to their own, I suppose. Okay. Now, alright. Okay, I know that... Whoa. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's wrong? Zombies... Where is this error? Failed to resolve value passed into target. Why? Because I'm plugging in zombie spawn 0 as a valid number. This is so dumb. Oh, I'm supposed to increment? Shit. Yeah, increment it. Zombies spawned and zombies... So why the hell are you throwing me an error? Is it somewhere else that's going on that's not liking this? Oh, this guy. Ha, that would explain that. So we can compile it now, and we can compile you now. No? No, you still don't want to compile? What the heck? Will you play? You're not going to play, are you? You're going to tell me there's errors. I don't know where this error is. Basic zombie, it's in Zombie Manager, that because everything else compiles. Spawner, are you going to compile for me? Yeah. Okay, so somewhere in here I have a thing that's broken. Ah, bingo. What was plugged into here? Dead zombies, zombies in world, zombies in world. We want to take down zombies in world in here. That makes sense. That works there. So hopefully now we don't have the bug where too many of them spawn. Hopefully we've fixed that. We'll see. So there should be 3 left. Oh, look at that. Fantastic. It was my dumb, convoluted math that was just sending shit everywhere. So while we're in there... Oh, no. We're going to have a look through these particle systems here and look for a portal type thing. Oh, look at that. Summon portal. Not really what I was going for. Suppose beggars can't be choosers, but let's have a look through the other particle systems that we have loaded in here. Because, I mean, we could probably use something else. That's a bit... not really what I want. Not really what I want, but I have an idea on where I can use that. I'm not really seeing what you're doing. Oh well. Nope, the hammer really kind of ruins that. Oh my god, what if when they died, they could drop down like poison zones and shit? This zombies game could become pretty cool. I'm thinking like, whoa, okay. That might just be what I want to suck in the zombies. That was really cool. Look at that. It's more of a leap from above, but I mean, we're in hell. We're fighting these things on like some astral dimension here. We could certainly scale that down. So let's grab a basic zombie. Let's add a component of type particle system with the fire linked in there, and that's like death particle. And what's gonna happen is when they die, you're gonna play that animation. Detach from that. Right, okay. Then you'll go on to do the visuals. So this is all visuals again. So actually we'll do that timer there. And then we'll go on to do a custom event. Oh, okay. Custom event up here. Custom event. Death visuals. Death visuals. Okay, and that's going to go off and do my animation. You're going to call death visuals. It's going to do my animation and things. And also, it's now going to deal with that new particle system that we're going to create over here. So we'll move these two. Nope. Come on now, let's go over here. So you're going to play an animation, and then we're going to get this death particle, and we're going to activate it, I suppose. Let's just try that. Let's see what happens when we kill a zombie now. Whoa, they are auto-activating. Also, we need to say where to play that animation. That's another point. Basic zombie, activate the particle system, which should also have auto-activate turned off. We don't want to see it when they spawn. And we also need to change its location to be on the ground. And if we toggle that now, you can see that that's what they'll fall into. So let's change the scale to 0.5 or something. We'll toggle auto activate again to see that. That's a bit better. Maybe even 0.3. Yeah. I don't want it to be too over the top because it's a small arena. But we can give that a go. Oh, auto activate is still enabled, so we're going to want to turn that off. And let's go again. Sorry. Okay, we're actually going to play this time. Let's play this time. Let's see how it looks. Okay, let's put you in the ground. It destroys a little bit too soon. Okay, it destroys a little bit too soon, but we can fix that. I'm also gonna... there's a lot to be done on this game. There's a lot to be done. Let's see, I'm gonna... because that says to play Jill Death, and really what it should be doing is casting to the animation blueprint and saying I'm dead. But that's a whole other thing in the animation blueprint that I'm just gonna, I think might already be implemented. I think I already implemented that in the animation blueprint. So if we just activate the particle effect, not everything is a mistake, just a feature waiting to happen. Yeah, that's very cool. There we go. His animation's back, and he pops down. The only thing that's going wrong is destroy actor is triggering too soon. So I need to work out the time that this particle is, like the length of it. So it's... Wait, is this a timeline? I don't know. I need a timeline. Can I view the... I'm looking for a timeline of a particle. Does anyone know where I can find that? I feel like this thing could be what I'm after, but at the same time I really just don't know. I mean, we can just increase the number. I want it to be as efficient as possible though. So can you wait for a thing to be done? Instead of even doing this timer, why don't lifetime. So let's check the lifetime value. So this is 0.9, this is 2, this is 2, this is 0.5, 3, 4.5. So 4.5 is our highest so far. Yeah, so if we change it to 4.5, then it's the let's make it 4.6 just to allow for a little bit of a thing there. Find the spike layer and click lifetime. Thank you very much. Lifetime. So check the lifetime node. I appreciate that. Let's have another look. Let's have another play then. Oh. It just plays the animation again. Okay, it's playing the animation looping. Let me go find where I've made that mistake, because it plays this where does it do the death animation? It does the death animation in the blueprint. I need it to not come back up. So maybe if after like 2.5 seconds the... Oh no, this is me trying to time events, and I shouldn't be doing this. I should be having notifiers that say when an event is done. That's more event driven. It should be more event driven. Let me think about this for a second. We're gonna have to go dig in an animation blueprint somewhere. Let's take a look at Jill's first of all. Let's go in her animation blueprint. And you see I have this dying thing here, and I just need it to not ever play again. So like, is there a once? No, that's not how this area works. So when she's in this state, like if I were to set dead to true, then she would do dying, and she would do it again, and she would keep doing it, and I need her to just do it once, and it's really bugging me that I can't figure that out. I mean, play something and then turn the looping. So is there a loop animation? No, don't loop animation. Hey! Ta-da! Thank you. And just as Paul Montgomery's message comes through, thank you very much. Yeah, I can do that. That's what we did. Her hands still poke out, but I think that's kind of cool. We'll check that out. That should work. Okay, so down he goes. He does it again. So yeah, we need to change Mortimer's now. Mortimer's animation blueprint, and we'll jump into the default thing here. And in dead, we will make you not looping, compile, and let's go again. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's like there's a lot going on the screen with that. Like loads of fire going off everywhere. That's pretty cool. I quite like that. Yeah, this is fun. No! Something has gone wrong and we've not spawned the final 2 zombies. Do you guys ever have this when you're playing Call of Duty? You know, you'd get to the end and there'd be one zombie somewhere, but it's like he hadn't spawned and you'd just get stuck on a round. Well, my crappy system does that on round 2. So, take that, Activision. So we didn't spawn enough zombies. So what happened? It's possible that spawner zombie went through, but then what? It went to this bit and somehow failed in here? It can't fail in here. Can it? Unless it's because of the delay. Let's set a timer by event and have a custom event here. Spawn. And we'll plug you into there. And we'll set you to 0.6. Get rid of the delay, because that's going to be working on the main thread. This will be a separate thread. And you're going to go ahead and do that one time. Get through the component. Okay. You got a shoot to work on your game. You're glad you could help out on the stream. Thank you very much, dude. I'm glad that you were here too. Really appreciate it. Subscribe. Let me know. Pop on the other live streams when I do them. I'm holding off a bit. I really should be focusing on my exams. They finish on Wednesday, but after Wednesday, we're making a fucking game. We're making a good game. So that'll be fun. Let's take that through summer. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. And for those of you without somewhere better to be, let us continue. So let's see what we got here. So let's see whether we spawn too many. That's the bug that we just tried to fix, right? I also want to add a player health bar because I think there's a regen system. I just want to confirm that. But we'll see here now. So 16 zombies. Let's go. Four remaining. No, it's missed 2 again. It's missed 2 again. Why is it missing 2? And coincidentally, 2 is the number of zombies that we should increment by each round. But something's really not going right with that. That timer by event isn't the issue. The issue, I think, is somewhere down here. So zombies spawned would be set to 0. Round counter goes up by 1. Zombies per round equals the previous zombies per round plus extra zombies to spawn each round. So if it starts as 10, let's say zombies per round is 10, right? Well, it is 10. And we add 5, then on round 1 we'll have 15 zombies, and on round 2 we'll have 20, supposedly. Extra zombies to spawn each round equals... the fuck is this? 5 add 5, so 10, add an extra 10, so that actually be 15. That is where I'm... what the fuck am I doing that for? That is so dumb. Just go up by a number of zombies each round. Or... so if you do, I don't know. Round 1, 10 zombies. Round 2, 15. Round 3, 20. It's a bit static. I'd like an exponential gig. So how can I work the math out for that? So if we have 5 extra zombies in the first round, and on the second round I want to have 10 extra zombies. So if we take that, multiply it by the round counter, then it'd be times 3, times 4, times 5, times 6. Yeah, let's multiply by the round counter. What am I doing? I'm looking for integer times integer and round counter. I'm going to plumb you into here, and I'm going to plumb you into here. and that's our little thing. So that actually gets set on the one zombie manager that you drop into the world here. So extra zombies to spawn per round 2. So it would be 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 3, 2 times 4, 2 times 5. That's exponential growth. Hooray! We did a thing. So we have 12 zombies on our first round. Again, we didn't spawn enough. Oh, on round 1 now as well. Okay. Error. Zombies spawned to 0, round counter goes up by 1, and zombies per round gets set to a thing. That zombie math is called when we start a new round, which is called round math. No, what the hell? Where am I doing the rounds? Zombie round math, so work out all the math and then do the zombie walk speed math. What the hell is that? That is the round counter multiplied by 100 as long as it's less than 500. But I'm going to up that to 600 because that's the same as the player walk speed. And so that's okay, so the walk speeds do that, and then we do the start spawn timer thing, which just starts the timer off. So I think the reason that we're not spawning enough zombies is I'm not sure. I don't understand my own spaghetti code, and I really should. Speaking of things I should be doing revision. Oh, this is killing me now. This is killing me. I think I'm going to leave this one here. I think we're going to leave that here for a live stream. I've got some other bits that I really should be cracking on with. So, I've got a bug to fix. I'm going to make some notes. Let's make some notes. So, things to do for the next time. Things to do. We have to fix the round bug where we're not spawning enough zombies. So, fix round bug. We need to... well, that's where we left off. I'll just leave it at that, I think. Fix the round bug. The animations, we got those working. We got some sounds going. The spawners, they seem to be working fine. Yeah, okay. And actually, to unspaghettify code. So what I might do is write out a design for the code, implement that, and then when we come back to it on the next live stream, we won't have all of this spaghetti shit. So, I'm going to leave that there for tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. This has been a blast. If you are a member of the Patreon, I will make this... Oh, actually, even just... Sorry, it was not the Patreon. It was on the Discord server. So this game, now I'll build it, and I'll put it on the Google Drive folder. So if you want to download this and play it, you'll be able to have a little play on this. So thanks very much for tuning in. If you're not subscribed already, subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up. Drop me a comment if you're watching this after it's already been filmed. Thanks, guys, and I will see you on the next live stream or video after my exams and when I'll have a new car videos. Yeah.